What if the biggest camera company in the smartphone world suddenly told you to stop taking so many photos? That's exactly what Samsung is doing, and it's not about storage space or battery life. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. It's about something most of us don't even realize we're losing every time we chase the perfect shot, the moment itself. Think about it. We've all been there, holding down the shutter, snapping 20 versions of the same photo, hoping one will magically look flawless. And then, we rarely go back and sort them. Samsung's new message flips that habit completely. They're saying, take fewer pictures, capture the moment once, and let AI handle the rest. It's an interesting move from a company that has spent years competing to offer the best camera hardware, but it actually makes a lot of sense. This all comes from Samsung's One-Shot Challenge, a campaign running on Instagram where they're encouraging people to share a single photo instead of a whole batch. Not because they're judging your composition, in fact, there's not even a prize. The real point is to show off the power of Galaxy AI, especially the editing tools on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. To demonstrate, Samsung teamed up with photographer Tom Craig, someone whose work you've probably seen in places like Esquire, Vanity Fair, or Vogue. He took one single shot in Piccadilly Circus, one of the busiest spots in London. That alone sounds stressful. Cars, people, chaos everywhere. But instead of waiting for the perfect moment when the background cleared, which might never happen, he took the shot anyway and let the phone handle the rest. In the original photo, you've got the subject front and center, but behind her is traffic, cars stacked up, tons of visual noise. In the edited version, the cars are gone. The background is clean. The moment feels intentional. And he didn't have to stand around hoping real life behaved long enough for the ideal shot to appear. What Craig says about the experience really hits home. Photography is all about catching the right expression, the right light, the right moment. But modern life and modern phones have trained us to focus more on capturing the moment than actually being in it. And Samsung is leaning into that idea. Their research in Europe found that almost half of people feel pressure to get the perfect photo, and many admit that stress pulls them out of the moment entirely. They're frustrated by things like photo bombers, shadows, random objects, but most never bother to edit those distractions out, so they end up with messy photos and a memory they didn't fully enjoy. The One-Shot Challenge is trying to reset that relationship. Instead of chasing dozens of shots and stressing over the conditions, take one photo that captures the feeling of the moment and trust the tools to clean up the distractions later. It's less about controlling every detail and more about freeing yourself to actually experience what's happening in front of you. Of course, this brings up a bigger question. Is a generatively edited photo still real photography? Editing always sparks debate. Long before AI, photographers argued about how much retouching was acceptable. Removing a trash bin, fixing a shadow, most people are fine with that. Removing entire cars from a busy street, that's where opinions start to split. Craig's example is a good reminder that AI is just another tool. For him, the important part is preserving the look and emotion of the moment without letting the distractions ruin it. But some photographers, and honestly, even Samsung's own article hints at this, feel that sometimes the chaos is part of the story. London's traffic is part of London's vibe. Not every flaw needs to be fixed. It really depends on what you want the photo to say. What's interesting is that Samsung isn't telling people to rely on AI because they can't take good photos. They're suggesting AI because people don't want to spend their time adjusting angles, waiting for photobombers to clear, or taking 50 versions of the same shot. They want to enjoy the experiences that matter. Family moments, celebrations, travel, without the pressure of capturing perfection. They want photos that feel meaningful, not photos that took 5 stressful minutes to compose. Personally, I think the one-shot approach is a smart reset. We've reached a point where our phones are so capable that we've forgotten photography used to be simple. One click, one moment. Now we drown in options, modes, burst shots, and second guessing. The idea of trusting one frame and then fixing a few distractions later feels refreshing. It puts the moment first and the editing second. Maybe that's the real shift Samsung is aiming for. Not better photos, but better experiences. If AI can help strip away the pressure and give people permission to be present, then taking fewer photos might actually help us capture more of life, not less. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.